Let's analyze together the latest rally of super microcomputer. What's happening, Enrique?
Let's see what's going on. First of all, remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. Wow, more than 30% just today. What is going on, guys? Let us know in the comments your opinion about it. Did you expect it? And why is this happening? If you have more information, please share it with us in the comments below. Trading HT community, subscribe.
Wow, and actually, I gotta tell you guys, it's like we have the V part, the victory pattern right here, which is not common, especially in a situation, after what's happening right now with super microcomputer. Obviously, we hold this auditor thing that created a lot of volatility, a lot of fear, and when that happens, rebounds like this are uncommon. But it's happening, like a rally of 147% is completely unexpected after all that happened in the last year.
Yeah, exactly. We take into account, for instance, let's go with the weekly time frame. You have right there the cup of coffee pattern that we had in previous videos. We talked about it. From that movement, the upside was insane. We have a little movement right there, more than 200%. And if we take a look since last highs, we are talking about a correction of more than minus 85% to that level of $17, more or less, from where this last movement started. So the key question is, do you think this crash has ended, or do you think this is not enough? Because we have some information that we're going to share with you just right now, but I want to know your opinion before. Why do you think this is happening, and what do you think about this last movement to the upside? Do you think this is enough, like the situation has changed, or do you think this is just a movement to the upside to continue the previous downtrend?
Okay, so it's very important to understand why investors are buying at the bottom, because when it goes well, the performance is incredibly huge. In that sense, we have here like an expectation of it could happen if it goes back to 124. That's 600%. So from the $17 area, which is incredible. You could get 600% in just a couple of months. So obviously that's a huge performance, and that's why the reason probably investors are buying at the bottom and following this rally.
If we go to the daily time frame again, this last breakout, we could call it like that, this last candle has gone out of this green line that we have right here, that in the past acted, as a resistance level right here, a support right there. And we go to the cup of tea pattern of cup of coffee, we have the support and resistance also right there working. This doesn't mean like this is a breakout that will continue. That's another question that we have for you. Do you think this is a real breakout and we will see higher prices or not, and the reasons behind it? And as Alvaro mentioned, the opportunity was there for those who bought at lower levels. Maybe it is still there yet. We don't know the future. It will depend on what the price does. But what do you think about this? Do you think this was like a crash and then an opportunity, or a crash and then a trap? Because it's a very different scenario, and mixed opinions as usual.
Yeah, it's important to understand if we have a dead cat bounce right here or not. If it's not the case, obviously the uptrend will continue. But obviously we have also several resistance levels, not only the one that we already crossed, but the next one, I would say this one for March 2024. It depends if you use the logarithmic scale or not. I'm using the logarithmic right now. So obviously, if it goes about $44, the next level will be $65. So obviously, there's a long way to go, but this are the next targets, I would say.
It's interesting, to take a look at those possible resistance areas and keep them in mind. If you have different perspectives or ideas, let us know in the comments below. And I want to share this information right here from Perplexity. This is just from some Google sources, and you can see some newspapers and such. And we have very interesting information. As you may know, if you watched our previous video, or if you're following the SMCI latest information, they had these problems, with the related with the results and all that. And they had some changes, very interesting, because of course they cleared that concerns apparently with the new auditor, remember from the previous video, the BDO, and they changed that from Ernst & Young, that was the one that resigned. Then what is going on right now? Leadership changes. We have in the number 3. The company has appointed Kenneth Chung as Chief Accounting Officer and is searching for a new Chief Financial Officer, Chief Compliance Officer, and General Counsel. I don't know if they have found them yet or not. Let us know in the comments below if you have more information about it. Remember that we share the information that we have right here, but if you have more of it, or if you have different perspectives, please share it with us below, because we like to learn all together. And the thing is, the Nasdaq compliance, as you may remember, started the November 18th, they requested that extension to regain compliance with listing requirements. So if you have more information about what is going on with that right now, please share it with us below, because I think that's key for this stock.
Exactly. Obviously, if Nasdaq grants this extension, they will be like in a good position in that sense. And actually, investors is like I think is what's happening right now. They are already assessing that it's gonna happen. And then the latest one, the financial outlook, it's like the first quarter 2025 expects net sales of 5.9 or almost 6 billion, with an EPS of 0.68, 0.70. Obviously, we are talking about similar numbers at the previous quarter, and actually, if we go to the forecast, Enrique, we can see this data closely.
Exactly, very interesting section right there. Remember that in the past videos we had more analysts. They are still 8 of them. In previous videos we had, I remember at the start of November 12th, but maybe they change again, and we see more of them soon. But we have very similar projection right there. The maximum one, $100, it stays the same. The average has gone a little bit higher. In previous video, I think it was 30 something, and now it's 40. And then the minimum one, minus 15, sorry, minus 65%, $15. I think this is exactly the same from the previous video. Very interesting, completely mixed opinions. You have the average kind of in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. And also, guys, remember we have right now the data of the first quarter 2025, and you may say, hey, we are not even in 2025. Remember, guys, this is the fiscal year. It depends on how they assess the data in terms of fundamentals in the financial reports. So obviously, it's the way they report things. So obviously, the next quarter actually will be the latest of this year. It didn't happen yet, obviously, and actually, let's see what's gonna happen. We're talking about February, no, yeah, February, something like, yeah, the 5th of February 2025. That's gonna be key, because we are expecting similar results, and if it happens, obviously, we are talking about the best results ever along with the previous quarter. And at that time, the stock obviously should be, according to the data, it should be trading about $123, making new highs. Because obviously, the best results ever should be, followed by the price in that sense.
Exactly, very interesting. Going with another section that we have in TradingView platform, let's go with the seasonals one. I really enjoyed that one, and in this case, it's a very interesting chart. Let's take the information since 2019, for instance, and it's a very interesting stock from the point of view that all the years, from the year-to-date perspective, have been positive. We don't know about 2024; it has to end this month of December. Let us know in the comments if you think this will be also in the green territory, and take a look at that. All the years started in the green territory, some of them in the red, but with a smaller correction. Then in June, started to skyrocket 2023, and 2024 started to go lower and lower each month. And then we have at the end of the year, all the years ended more or less in the same position. You can see 2023 more than 200%, then 2022 80%, 2019 60%, 2021 41%, 2020 34%, and right now 2024 50%. Even though this crash happened, if this crash hadn't happened, we would have very similar prices. At least when it was trading at the start of this year, March, April, the percentage was more than 200%, as it was during the end of 2023. So very interesting year-to-date perspective. The best year when it started, but not the best when it ended. At least with the information that we have right now as 2nd of December.
That's amazing. Actually, I gotta tell you guys, it's like you have to buy stocks like this. Obviously, if you see the Nvidia, I'm not saying that you should buy actually this one,
Of course.
but obviously, what I'm trying to say is like when you buy a stock, these stocks should have a positive performance at least in the last 5 years. That is like a signal that it's healthy in that sense, that it has a positive net income, not only positive net income, but also a better positive net income in the coming years. Like every time making new highs in net income and also in the price action. So obviously these are the things that you need to pay attention to, in order to invest. It's like if you try to invest in something that is in negative territory at the end of the year in the last 5 years, well, you can buy it, but obviously there is more risk into it.
Yeah, and also the importance of timing. We can clearly see with the 2024 percentage right here. Those who bought at the start of the year but didn't sell, the price went
Wow.
even lower since that start price during the start of November and with this kind of crisis, and the highest point was in March, the 13th of March, 316%. So those who took profits right there, some people may have done that. They had a good trade right there, but they didn't. They started to go to the lower territory. I'm not telling that the best option was to buy there and sell there because you can't guess the future, but it's the importance to know that the timing is key, because those who were right at that moment but didn't sell maybe entered into a loss and sold when that loss was, and now they're in profits again. They aren't winning that money. So in trading, psychology is very, very important, and having a trading plan very clear, also to have the probabilities on your side and to follow it, in my opinion. And with this case, you can clearly see timing has been key in all the years, as you can see with these seasonals.
Thank you much, guys. See you in the next video. Remember to subscribe.
Let's go, and let us know in the comments everything you want to share with us, Trading HT community. We love you.